What's an amazing documentary everyone should watch at least once? The History of the Seattle Mariners by John Bois and Alex Rubinstein. You do not need a lot of sports knowledge if you're generally aware of what innings, strikes, outs, and bases are, and what a home run is, you'll be fine. Many non-sports fans credit the series for making them fans. It's that good. And it's not just baseball. You'll also learn about toilet jello, marshmallows, blurping, and thumbtacks. The documentary is awesome, and is more about the story than the baseball for much of it. The UP series starts in the 60s. They interviewed a dozen 7-year-olds in the UK. Every 7 years they do another series of interviews and release a new edition to the series. The most recent was 2019. The children were now 63 years old. There have been other versions as well. 7 UP in Russia, Japan, Africa, etc. They seem harder to find and most didn't get past a few installments. The House I Live in 2012 changed my life by opening my eyes to the horrors of America's war on drugs. Shows a wide variety of POVs from a drug dealer to a grieving mother of an addict, a narcotics officer, a senator, an inmate incarcerated for possession and use, and even a judge. Eye-opening. Harrowing. Stellar. Shackled in the greatest story of survival. An expedition to Antarctica. The crew thought they were going to the Arctic Circle 110 years ago. It lasted over 500 days, in some of the most extreme conditions possible, and every crew member survived. Truly amazing real-life story, and well retold. My 2 favorites are Grizzly Man and Free Solo. Werner Herzog is brilliant portraying the guy's descent into madness. That one stuck with me for a while. I knew the ending for Free Solo but still close my eyes and cringe every time Honnold makes his ascent. Absolutely incredible filmmaking. I'm a documentary buff, so could fill up this thread, but I will name 2 because they are about the same topic. Death of a Child and Fatal Distraction. They are heartbreaking but changed my perspective and, I'll be honest, made me less judgmental. Monumentality by Solar Sands. It's a documentary about the concept of monumentality, what makes something monumental, why we build big things, and what's the biggest thing we could possibly build. The Sound of My Voice Linda Ronstadt biopic. Fascinating woman. Inventing David Geffen. Holy shit, the life this guy lives. Untold Crimes and Penalties. Just when you think the story can't possibly get more ridiculous, it does. Baraka. A wordless documentary about the human evolution and changing societies. The whole Kotze trilogy is great, but Baraka is a must. Enron, the smartest guys in the room. What is a woman? Matt Walsh is a douche and there is clearly a bias, but it's certainly interesting if you can sift through the BS and take it at face value. Cave Down Votes. I'm not sure it's the best one I've seen, but I've never ever forgotten it and it's the first one that came to mind here. The Friedmans. Cane Toads in a Natural History. 1988 documentary, short 47 minutes. No other documentary will have you rolling on the floor laughing until you pee on the carpet. How to Survive a Plague required watching for anyone who works in public health, health equity, and definitely for anyone working in HIV prevention, treatment and care. King Corn. 2 guys grow an acre of corn and you follow it from start to finish as high fructose corn syrup, including all the government subsidies. Very eye-opening. My Octopus Friend, Octopus. Brilliantly heartwarming and devastatingly sad at the same time. Makes you rethink your entire life and how you view it. Catfish. So many people have seen the TV show, but don't know the true origins. It was mind-blowing the first time I saw it. Anything by Werner Herzog. Then watch everything by Werner Herzog. Then watch the documentary Now Herzog episode. Crip Camp, about a summer camp for kids with disabilities and how some of them went on to be activists. So good. The one about psychedelics on Netflix. I think it's called Have a Nice Trip. Fascinating interview segments. Tickled Guy investigates the world of competitive tickling when things take an odd turn. The Thin Blue Line, Errol Morris. The Civil War, Ken Burns. An Octopus in My House, PBS. I liked the octopus one but I cried like a baby. My Octopus Teacher, I think it's called. King of Kong. It's not, like, important or anything, but it's really fun. Standing in the Shadows, about the Funk Brothers. They made the Motown sound. The work about a group therapy program inside Folsom Prison. All the Feels. 1. Elephant Whisperer. 2. The House of Secrets. Both available on Netflix. King of Kong, Fistful of Quarters. Still my favorite documentary. Most anything by Ken Burns, but especially the Civil War. Boy Interrupted. It's about a young boy who is bipolar. The Why, Made by Billy Yang about the Western States 100 Tiger King. I hate documentaries, but that was an event. Planet Earth series and Prehistoric Planet series. Not amazing but important Earthlings and Dominion. Class Action Park. No Limits, the Thalidomide Saga. The 60s, the years that shaped a generation.